Yes, the markets look quite bearish at the moment, but in this market update we're going to look at the bullish sentiment that we can find within this crypto space. But first of all, we can see on the daily chart that Bitcoin came all the way up to this upper trend line where we have been forming this descending channel. So first of all, what are the characteristics of a descending channel? It can break either towards the downside, where we're going to see a trend continuation, and this means if we're going to break the lower trend line, then we could expect that this downwards trend will continue towards the downside. But guys, if we're going to break the upper trend line, we could expect that this will be a signal that we're going to see a reversal pattern, and this means that the price movement will turn around if we're going to break this upper trend line towards the upside. And if we are forming higher highs, then we could expect that the price movement will turn around with the first price target exactly the height of this descending channel. But first of all, before we're going to go to the lower time frames, we're going to look at this bullish sentiment that we can see within the crypto space. So in the first news article, data suggests bull run for Bitcoin despite the price decline. Bitcoin has been moving in uncertainties as the exchange reserves started to decline in the first week of May. New data, however, suggests that the bull run might be on the way for digital gold. The value of the exchange reserves in Bitcoin has fallen by roughly 7 billion over the past month. At least the amount of Bitcoin circulating on the exchanges has decreased in the past month. So first of all, let's look at the first factor. This is quite bullish because this is exactly why Bitcoin was created, so that you can hold your wealth with no third party, no government, no bank or no centralized exchange that has access to your cryptocurrencies or your wealth in general. So first of all, this is a bullish factor that a lot of people are taking their Bitcoin off from the exchange. And the second factor is if all these people are withdrawing their Bitcoin, this means that the exchanges actually have to buy or take Bitcoin out of their reserve, because if the exchanges do not have all the deposits in Bitcoin, they actually have to go on the markets, and this automatically pumps the price of Bitcoin even higher. So this is a bullish news. But despite all of these Bitcoin leaving the exchanges, we can see trading volume on centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges surge amid the market downtrend. Centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges have observed a tremendous surge in their respective trading volumes in the past 24 hours. This trend suggests that a renewal of investors' interest despite a generally bearish market. So we can see that a lot of exchanges, centralized exchanges and also decentralized exchanges, have seen a massive influx in the trading volume on the exchanges, and that is also bullish. But yes, at the same time, we can see that a lot of companies are leaving Canada and the United States because of this regulatory uncertainty and the crackdown on crypto. We can see that Bybit becomes the latest crypto company to leave Canada. Yes, we can see a lot of companies like Coinbase are trying to leave America. Now we're coming to the very bullish sentiment. US regulatory stand could benefit China. Coinbase CEO warns. Because this brings us to the next news article, this bullish sentiment. UAE and Hong Kong central banks collab on bolstering crypto regulations. And this is a major step for crypto. And why? Because the UAE is really pushing forward to become the next crypto hub. And if all these implementations and the regulations are being impelled from China, this is going to be a mega boost. And yes, the United States will miss out from these major gains that are being made in the crypto industry because of all the uncertainty and regulations, and with this major crackdowns on the cryptocurrencies. So this is going to be a major step, and I really do believe that this will drive the crypto markets and that we're going to see the next bull run from all these bullish sentiments that we can see in the markets, China adopting cryptocurrencies and also the UAE and them working together to really get these regulations into place. But now let's go back on the 4-hour chart to find out what we could expect, and are we going to break out from this descending channel? So on the 4-hour chart, yes, Bitcoin came all the way up to this upper trend line from this descending channel, and we saw that the candle from this 4-hour candle closed exactly at our major resistance at the levels of 28,000, and then we saw that the price movement got some major rejection exactly from this resistance, and Bitcoin came all the way back down to these trend lines that we saw this breakout from this symmetrical triangle. And yes, I adjusted this line, I pulled it all the way from these levels because we can see, yes, in these areas we have a lot of resistance, which turned into support. So can Bitcoin once again bounce off from these levels? Because if we're going to see this reversal exactly in these areas, I expect that yes, Bitcoin is going to hold this major trend line. So yes, this would tell us that Bitcoin is going to hold this level because yes, we can see a lot of support and resistance exactly at the 27,000 US dollar level, and this is also exactly where Bitcoin is at the moment. So yes, if we're going to hold this level, then we could expect that Bitcoin will once again attempt to break the 28,100 US dollar level, where we can see this very important trend line. But if we're going to see that Bitcoin will break this trend, we could expect, yes, we're going to come all the way back down to the 26,300 US dollars, where we can see we have this support box exactly in these levels. But if we go back on the daily chart, then we can see we have room all the way back down to the 25,400 US dollar to still say, guys, we're going to be in this descending channel and that we could expect a bounce from these levels. But first of all, I think that we're going to see a reversal in these areas because yes, we can see the price movement had the same scenario. We came all the way up to this upper trend line, we saw a correction, came back to a major support line, and then we saw this bounce and tried once again to break this major trend line. So yes, I think that we're going to see the same scenario, that we're going to turn around in these areas of 27,000 US dollars, and that we're once again going to try to break out from this major trend line. And maybe this is going to give us a signal that this was a reversal and that we're going to see a higher price movement for Bitcoin. So before we're going to end this video, let's go over to the weekly chart where we can see, yes guys, Bitcoin is still trading above the 200 moving average on the weekly chart, and that is quite bullish, and I will still remain in the bullish stance until we're going to break the 200 moving average with a weekly candle. Then I could say yes, we are maybe going to come all the way back down to the 22,000 US dollar level or even the 20,000 US dollar level. But guys, if we're not going to break the 200 moving average with a weekly chart, I'm still going to remain bullish, and I could expect that we're going to see a pump from these levels even higher. So guys, if you like this content, please support this channel by smashing up the like button and subscribing, and most importantly, activate the bell. And if you want to find out if Matic is a good investment, first of all, be for crypto and watch this video exactly now.